In the last 30 days, I've only worked out 3 times. And despite that, I'm still down an additional 6 pounds since the last update on the journey back to the stage. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you why I've only worked out 3 times in the past month, everything that's gone on, and also a few takeaways. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you watching. My name is Jeremy Hamilton. I'm an online nutrition coach, and I'm a men's physique competitor. And in this series, I'm documenting my journey back to the stage to compete in men's physique. Last time I competed was 2020, and I'm trying to make my way back there after letting my weight get out of control. So let's hop into it. A month ago, I shared my last video in this series, and I shared with you that I was down 14.1 pounds on the year. And I was super excited about that, right? And actually, I continued to progress from that point. And I got all the way down to about 213, which is 2 pounds up from where I'm at now. I was in momentum. I was getting my workouts in. I was eating my food, doing my cardio, doing everything. The morning of that Wednesday, I was experiencing pain. I was experiencing pain in my chest, experiencing pain in my back, and it was just super uncomfortable. Felt like a lot of pressure. I wasn't sure what was going on, right? The night prior, I hadn't worked out. Oh, that's what else happened since my last update to you guys. I started working night shift. So now I alternate between 3 and 4 night shifts a week. I work 12-hour shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So I'm going to start making additional content on working night shift and everything that goes into that. That was that side note. All right, so now fast forward to Wednesday. The night before, I hadn't worked out because I was experiencing some discomfort, in my chest. I felt like I was getting sick, so I didn't work out. So that morning when I got off, Wednesday morning, the pain started to increase and I was experiencing lots of pressure in my chest, pressure in my back, and a migraine. And it was just getting worse and worse. And it was 7 a.m. I was walking out of work and I was like, I'm just going to sleep it off. So I walked to my car, drove home, laid in bed, and the pain at this point was excruciating. Like I couldn't sleep. I was tossing, turning, and normally I can sleep because I'm up for 12 hours, so it's time for bed at 7 a.m. But I couldn't sleep. Finally, I nodded out for just a little bit, and the pain woke me up again. And from that, I was like, I need to go to the doctor. That's how bad the pain was. So I went to my car, and I said in my car, I was like, I do not want to wait in this waiting room for the doctor. I just want relief. So I was like, I'm going to drive to CVS, get some Tylenol. And on my way to CVS, pain just kept getting worse and worse. And I thought, well, at least let me do telehealth, right? So I hopped on the call with a telehealth doctor. And it was a Zoom call. It said, I'm experiencing pain in my chest, headache. Immediately, she was alerted. She said, you need to go to the doctor. If you're experiencing chest pain, you need to go to the doctor. And I was like, well, I just took this Tylenol. I'm feeling a little bit better. And I'll just wait. That wasn't the smartest thing to do. But I just waited, went back home. The Tylenol helped me get to sleep. So I went to sleep and I slept till about 2 p.m. And when I woke up, my pain was back, but not as intense. And so I was like, I gotta get my routine on. I gotta get my stuff done for the day. And I went to the car wash. I said, I'm gonna wash my car. I'm gonna do all this stuff, right? And while my car's getting washed, I'm gonna go on a walk. And maybe that will give me some relief. And so I'm walking. After I drop off the car, the pain is just getting worse and worse. And maybe I walk for 10 minutes and I can't walk anymore. And so I sit down and I'm saying, like, I gotta go to the doctor. And I was like, should I call an Uber? I know they're washing my car. I got a call. And it's the car wash. They said, you forgot to leave your keys in the car, so come pick it up. We don't have enough time to do it. Come back tomorrow. And I was so thankful because now I can drive myself to the hospital. So I arrive at the hospital and I share that I'm experiencing these chest pains, these pains in my back. They're like, this is an emergency. You need to get in to see a doctor right away. So they admit me right away, and surprisingly, I didn't have to wait in the waiting room for hours. It was only a few minutes, and they got me to the back, and they put an EKG on me. And so the nurse is putting an EKG on me. She's alerted. She said, are you experiencing chest pains? And I said, yeah, I'm experiencing chest pains. She was kind of scared, kind of like rattled. And she's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a doctor. So she rushes to get a doctor. The doctor comes, another nurse comes, and they're surrounding me. And they're asking me, how are you feeling? Are you feeling pain in your arm? At this point, I kind of understand what's going on, but they're just asking me these questions. The doctor says, okay, we're asking you all these questions because it looks like you're having a heart attack. And I said, okay. Surprisingly, I was pretty calm because, just my mentality is like, if I'm having a heart attack, if I'm panicking, it's only going to make it worse. The EKG shows that, you're having signs of a heart attack. And so we're going to have to get you back and take some more tests. So they admit me in and they start drawing my blood. They do ultrasounds of my stomach. They do x-rays of my chest. I'm just waiting for them to come back with the news. And in the meantime, they gave me some pain pills, some anti-inflammatory pills. I'm like, if I'm having a heart attack, I'm in the right place. And so doctors were in and out visiting me and kind of reassuring me, saying like, it's looking good. It's looking like you're not having a heart attack. It's looking like something else. What they found out through all the testing is that I was having pericarditis. So what pericarditis is it's inflammation of your pericardium, which is the lining around your heart. It's very, very random and very, very rare. And the only things that can cause it are a virus like COVID or the flu, or impact to the chest. I wasn't sick. I hadn't got hit in the chest recently. It was just super random. So I'm still to this day, I don't know what brought it on, but I'm very thankful that it wasn't a heart attack and it was just that. They advised for me to take this anti-inflammatory medicine, not to do any excessive exercise that would further inflame my heart. My loved ones were freaking out, and the ones that knew about it were like, oh man, Jeremy's just overworking himself, and just all of these random things that come to mind, that when you see someone that's super healthy in the hospital, like what could it be? It was just a freak accident. And in this time frame, I actually heard a great quote, and the quote was, it's better to get sick from something random and being unlucky versus getting sick from negligence, right? Meaning, like, we never know when something's going to happen to us, but we can do everything in our power to decrease the odds of something happening to us. And so, that really stood out to me, and that's really how I live my life, right? Because we can't control, sickness, we can't control these freak accidents, but we can control certain things in our life. We can control our activity, we can control the things we put into our body, so we can minimize those chances of something bad happening to us. So, something bad happened to me, right? And I was released from the hospital. Doctor's orders were like, all right, for a week, you can't work out. We're going to monitor this. And then in a week, we're going to have a follow-up appointment and see how your heart is doing. And, I was feeling relief from the medication, feeling back to normal, feeling like myself. A week went by, listened to the doctor, didn't work out. So then at the follow-up appointment, I was running low on the medication for the anti-inflammatory. They re-upped my dose and they said, okay, we're just going to do another week. Take it light. You can go back to the gym, but take it very light. I still didn't feel like, back to 100. And it didn't bother me not to go to the gym. I would rather be coachable and listen to the doctor's orders than be hard-headed and be like, all right, no, I need to get this workout in. I gotta drop weight. And so that was the 2 weeks that I didn't work out. Then I went for my follow-up appointment, and at the follow-up appointment, doctor says, everything's looking good. They give me some more medication for the anti-inflammatory, and they said, start off slow, start off with just cardio. And, all my cardio is just walking. So, I would get my 10,000 steps in a day for my cardio sessions, but I still wasn't lifting weights because, I didn't want to put any extra strain on my chest, on my heart, just in case. And to me, it was more important to not put that extra strain on my heart and to be coachable to what the doctor said than to be hard-headed and do everything I could to, go right back in the gym, 100%, lifting weights and pushing hard. In this 2-week time frame, something very surprising happened. I actually dropped 8 pounds in that time frame. So I dropped all the way down to 209, my lowest of the year. The extra rest allowed my body to not be in an inflamed state and allowed my body to drop the excess water weight that it was holding on to. I dropped all the way down to 209 without going to the gym. And this shows that what's more important than going to the gym is your nutrition, your sleep, your water intake, because these are the big things that will make an impact on your weight loss. Going to the gym will shape your muscles, will build muscle, but when it comes to weight loss, it comes down to your nutrition, your sleep, and doing the things that will regulate your hormones to allow your body to drop that excess body weight, excess water weight. Those were the first 2 weeks of this 1 month, 30 days of only working out 3 times. The following week, I got my first workout in, and I did legs because, again, I didn't want to push my chest. It was great. It felt great. A little out of breath. It's kind of from being out of shape, from not doing anything for a month, but nothing for my heart. So that was really great to see. And then party animal in me kicked in. My friends hit me up and they're like, let's go to Vegas. And they asked me the night before they left to Vegas, like, let's go. And so I was like, man, I just wanna have a good time. Life is short. You never know what's gonna happen. So I booked my flight, booked my hotel, and made my way to Vegas for a 2-day trip. I did that. So during that week, I went to Vegas, only got one workout in. Coming back from Vegas, I got sick, right? Caught a cold. From that cold, did not feel like going to the gym, did not have the energy to go to the gym. So fast forward to today, and it's been 30 days. I've only got 3 workouts in. A lot of things have happened in these past 30 days. Oh, on top of that, forgot to mention, somewhere in this time frame, I developed tendonitis in my bicep, right? Don't get old. I wouldn't advise it. But I developed tendonitis in my bicep. And so even curling 10 pounds was painful for me. So I went to another doctor, went to a sports doctor, and he's began the cupping process. I don't know if you can see on the video, but I'm bruised from the cupping. And so pericarditis, tendonitis, caught a cold, Vegas trip, life happens. But all of these things add up to me only working out 3 times in the past month. That's what's been going on since my last update. And a big takeaway from this is, 1, you can't control what happens to you in life. You can only control how you react to it. So, I stayed calm even though all this craziness was happening to me. I adhered to my diet as best as I could, except for the Vegas trip. And because of that, I was able to continue to drop weight. The negative to not being able to work out is, I'm not as solid as I would be. My muscles aren't as dense as they would be as if I had worked out that whole time. So yes, I dropped weight, but I also lost a little bit of muscle in the process. In the grand scheme of things, I'm thankful that, I'm healthy for the most part, and I can go back to the gym, here pretty soon. Either today or tomorrow, I'm going to get back in my normal routine and then continue pressing on to morph my body into what I want it to be to step back on stage. So, long story about what's been going on since the last update, and I hope you guys got some value out of it. I hope that it helps you to realize it's not a straight path to weight loss. It's not a straight path to competing. Life happens, life throws you curveballs, and you have to deal with it. And it delays your progress sometimes, but in the grand scheme of things, if you keep your eye on the prize, you can achieve what you want to achieve. So, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe so you can watch the next episode in the series. And I appreciate you all.